Two, one, and we're live with another edition of Notes on the News. This is Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. And Notes on the News feed is my segment where I share with you notes from my news feed, basically headlines. Because we all need headlines just to try to, the cover of the book don't tell the whole story, but it gives you something to go on. And we don't always have time to read the whole story and study and research everything. But a headline will give us some sense of what go on in the world. So where I share with you headlines from my news feed and also my thoughts about those headlines, about the article, about the subject matter at large. But it's not news. It's just my notes on the news. So let us proceed. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. We're working on 1,000. We're working on 1,000. I'm live now, but if you want the playback, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe so you could be a part of this charter of 1,000 subscribers. So you can be a part of the light of the Fabulites. You want to be a part of that, don't you? Yes, because you are. You're already a part of it. Just acknowledge it. And these little thumbnails are going to give me the flux. If there was a contest of the America's Next Best Top Thumbnail on the spot for lives in 3 seconds, I surely would lose. Let us proceed with the notes from the news feed. Fred Hampton, a young revolutionary gone too soon. He was 21 when he made his transition due to being shot in the head twice. He had graduated with honors from school. Is my dog locked upstairs? I hear her whining and carrying on. She gonna have to wait. He had graduated with honors from school. He had been involved with the NAACP youth department. He was involved, I believe he was involved with the Black Panther movement, but I'm not exactly quite sure. But rest in peace, Fred Hampton, or rest in power. And we, invite and invoke your spirit of thoughtfulness and intellectual revolution, and your courage and your sacrifice. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Drought in Cape Town. Drought hit Cape Town. Rejoices at rainfall. So they've been counting down to day zero when they're gonna have to turn off the water. They've been trying to build some temporary desalination plants because they're on the coast, but they got to figure out a way to get the salt water to where people can drink it and use it. And there's some rain. Yay! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Thank you. Obama-backed committee to invest millions to target, Luis Barcelo, to target elections in 11 states. And the Holder, who was the Attorney General, I don't think he was the Attorney General the whole time under Obama, because I think there was a black woman who was also Attorney General, but he's involved with it too. And yeah. February 10th, happy birthday, Leotyne Price. She was a soprano, a singer. I think she saw Marian Anderson. She grew up. Leotyne Price was born and raised, grew up, had an association with Laurel, Mississippi. When I lived in Hattiesburg, Laurel was like a half hour up the road, 20 minutes up the road. So now I'm like, Laurel, Mississippi. But she heard, I think, Marian Anderson perform in Jackson, and that was an inspiration to her. It's so funny how, we impact one another, and sometimes you don't even know who you're impacting and how you're impacting people. So y'all be out here, do, as much as you can, do the right thing and try to add value to the lives of others, and love and light to the lives of others. Be a model as much as you can. North Korea Olympians have 24/7 surveillance, a surveillance team who will tackle them if they run away. Whoa, that is intense. That's intense. That's intense. The prospect of nuclear war is making this Winter Olympics the most politically tense in decades. Well, I keep telling y'all about this segment. I think it was on Saturday Night Live, but it was some comedy sketch, and they had all of the evil, people in the world get together, and they were having a contest to come up with the most evil thing, and people were coming up with the things, and the person who was sponsoring the contest is like, that's not evil. We should be, killing kids and murderation. And I was like, I was thinking the same thing, but I'm like, dang, I guess I'm really twisted and evil because they stuff don't really sound that evil to me. If we like the evilest people in the world, but anyway, but if I was if I wanted to do some devilment and you have representatives, the best and young, brightest, the best and most athletic from throughout the world, all in one place, that would be a way to have an impact on everybody basically in the world in one fell swoop. Winter Olympics, bobsleigh stars tearful diversity plea. Now, when I skimmed it, it didn't sound like a plea, like, please make the Olympians blacker and gayer. It didn't sound like that. She was just kind of like talking about how important it was for her to be a brown person that other brown people could see, to be a Jamaican that other Jamaicans could see performing at a high level, and how important she felt that was and what an impact she felt that could have on someone's. And I agree 100%. I don't know if it's a plea. I don't understand the language, but I didn't read the article, so I can't argue too vociferously. Syria war, Israeli fighter jet crashes under Syria fire, military says. Now, I've been reading these headlines about Syria, and I didn't even know Israel was connected. It's kind of like, as much as I read the headlines and try to bring it into my consciousness, it's still just like it's some fighting or something going on. I just have not really understood it, and I just really haven't studied it. I don't think that I am going to study it because I still got all kinds, I got a lot of stuff on my list to do, but I do want to understand more. So is Israel and Syria have some kind of battlation going on? Okay. I'm so ignorant of this stuff going all on the world. I'm like, I didn't know. People couldn't stop making fun of Team USA's gloves at the opening ceremony. Now, I saw this story yesterday and I just ignored it, but the gloves did look funny yesterday when I looked at them. And when it came back across my newsfeed and I looked at them again, they look funny. They look really big and awkward, and then they have fringe on them, and they're like tan colored, and they just look really, really weird. And I think that they were designed by Tom Ford. I think he's like an official designer. I don't really understand what the vision is, but I don't know if he's satisfied with the product. I don't know. Maybe he feel like that's exactly the vision I had. I'm so happy with the gloves. Or maybe he that didn't really work out the way I thought it was gonna work out. Because when I'm looking at them, I'm like, they do look kind of funny. Have you seen them? Winter Olympics organizers say a cyber attack took down their computer servers during opening ceremonies. They say it didn't affect anything important. This time. 132 living Africans murdered by being thrown overboard slave ships. This is coming off of Black Then. This is old, old news in a way. But it seems like really I just kind of became aware of the fact that they would, the slave monsters, the kidnappers, the evil people would sometimes throw groups of people over the side of ships, and some of them would be alive, and, I don't know. So it seems like within the last couple of years, I just became aware of that. I didn't really realize that. Yeah. White teacher wears do-rag to Black History event to support his, quote, colored friends, unquote. Facebook will invest tens of millions in community leaders. Casting news, Yvonne Orji from Insecure, that's the best friend, and Teyonah Parrish from Survivor's Remorse that got canceled. She was the wife of the agent who was the cousin of the main character who was the basketball player. She probably had other roles too. Nab new roles. So I don't remember what they were. I think I read about one, but I didn't read about the other. Report, Oxfam charity staff sexually exploited Haiti quake survivors, then tried to cover it up. We were just talking about Oxfam and the Haiti prostitutes yesterday. And this is coming off of Atlanta Black Star. You see how their headline is different. I don't know who that headline was coming from yesterday. But thank you, Atlanta Black Star. Michael Smith says he's pissed ESPN tried to silence him and Jamele Hill. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who got suspended, who got into some back and forth with President Zero, who has now left one show and went to another show. Black woman. Is she from Detroit? I don't know. Bear cubs found in cardboard box in Moscow. And at first I was kind of like, well, how did the bears get in the box? Because, you know, we've been seeing some footage of bears out here starving in the wild. Have you seen them like all skinny with their ribs and stuff? Like this change in the weather or whatever, I guess, is affecting them. Chemicals in the water, I'm not really sure. So I was like, hey, welcome in. Did a mama put her cubs in a cardboard box? How did the mama bear did that? And then I'm like, somebody probably had bears. Uh-oh. Erica's Wacky World. Go subscribe, I guess. You got content? All right. Am I a subscriber? Should I subscribe? Yeah, bear cubs found in cardboard box in Moscow. But I guess some person put them in there and they trying to, you know, nurse them back to health. Not the football team, the Bears. Is that a football team or basketball? Not the athletic team, the Bears. I don't know if it's football or soccer or hockey but yeah, no, real bears. Venezuelans, I think you're subbed. Okay, good. Venezuelans, I heard that there's a limit on how many subscribers, how many channels you can subscribe to on YouTube. As of, I think it was September or October of last year, I heard somebody on a live saying that they had reached their max sub limit. I'm like, what? Max sub limit? I didn't even know there was that. And that's how it was when I was on Twitter. I was just following everybody. And then one day it was like I couldn't follow any more people anymore. And I was like, what? And I had followed like sex workers and exotic dancers because I'm like, that's a whole other world. I think it's like 2,000. And I have no idea how many subs I have. Google it and then do some research and try to find out for the rest of us. But somebody on the live, yeah, I had no idea. You know, I had reached my limit on Twitter and then it was like I was just following everybody. And so now I'm like, well, should I be more selective in who I'm following? Am I close to my limit? And I think it is like Twitter where once I reach my limit, if somebody subbed to me, then I got a new sub. Or if somebody followed me, I got a new at limit. Yeah, me too. Because I was like about to be out here. I'm trying to turn this channel on. I was out here about to be like, I'm a sub to everybody. Follow me. I'll follow back. My little Twitter notification thing says so-and-so followed you back. I guess, you know, y'all seen the black Twitter thing on YouTube that Issa Rae did? Follow me. I'll follow back. Follow me. I'll follow back. That is so funny to me. Venezuelans, YouTube's dumb for limiting. Yeah, I don't know why they're, you know, I don't know if it's something with their algorithm or I don't know what they're doing, but, and when I heard somebody say on a live that they had reached their limit so they couldn't sub back, I was kind of like, huh, what? And then they said that they were going through like an app type thing. So maybe that had something to do with it. But then I Googled it just because I was curious. And I mean, I didn't spend like hours researching it. I just Googled it and there were a couple things that came up. And it seemed like it was like toward the end of last year. But, you know, I wasn't paying deep attention to it. It just kind of was enough for me to be like, okay, well, maybe I should, you know, rework my strategy here and, you know, try to figure out how many, you know, I got to get on the computer. Maybe that'll tell me how many subscribers, how many subscriptions I have. Venezuelans rush to the border as Colombia tightens controls. And that imagery, it was like a shot from above of people going over a bridge, and the bridge was full of people. And it was just like, but it was like from far enough away that you had to look and you're like, oh my gosh, those are people. It was a beaut. I mean, the shot is really like striking. I thought I was, you know, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it does seem like, but you know what? I have a whole different attitude. It's not, you were saying it's going to make it harder for us. Let's see what else they ruin. I'm like, what God intends for good, the devil can't do nothing. Y'all know the verse. Shoot, don't be getting me to misquoting the Bible up here on Saturday morning. But I'm like, it's all for my good, and I just trust that, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to stay encouraged, and all of us need to stay encouraged and keep on task and keep, just don't get distracted by bull. Stay focused. Look, now I done lost my place in the news feed. Have you heard any interesting news? That's right. Don't give up. And not only don't give up, keep fighting, keep working, keep it affirmative. What you gonna do? Because, they say, just like when I worked with young people, I remember looking at this thing on little kids, and they were saying that, if you tell a child, don't run, what they hear is run, 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 run. So what you have to do is say, walk, we're walking. Everybody is walking. We're walking slowly. We're orderly. You have to affirm what you want them to do. Everybody's being quiet. Everybody's sitting down. We're winning. We're moving forward. Because if we say don't blah, 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 all we're going to hear is blah, 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 blah. So we want to say, fight, fight, fight. Do your thing. Do your thing. Okay. I think I'm almost actually finished. But let me see. Do-rag. We talked about the do-rag. We talked about Yvonne Orji. We talked about Oxfam. We talked about Michael Smith. We talked about the Bear Cubs. We getting close. Okay. Why Greece always leads the parade of athletes at the opening ceremony, and how the rest of the order is determined. I don't know. I remember I don't know if y'all ever had the Olympic torch go through your community, but I remember I was here in Michigan. Was I in high school? I might have been in college. I don't know. But, and the Olympic torch came through Michigan, and I was kind of like, And, a group of us, we went out on the street and we saw the athlete running and passing by with it. And it was kind of like, wow. Because, it's sort of like historic in a way. You're in Upper Michigan? Okay. I don't know much about Upper Michigan. Like the Upper Peninsula? Like Mackinac? Is it Mackinac or Mackinac? It must be Mackinac, because I think it's spelled Mackinac. Yeah. Or Flint. I have my mother is from Flint. My that's north. That's not considered upper. That's just northern Michigan. Yep, we're almost there. Yep. What? The Bermuda Olympic team wore shorts in the freezing weather during the Olympic opening ceremony. I think they wear shorts all the time in these Olympic ceremonies. Bermuda shorts. I think they need to have a whole nother system, because it's colder than normal in Korea right now. Like, oh my God, no way. Yeah, they were wearing shorts. It's cold. Like, it's cold to the point where people who ski, they're throwing away skis after each ski because it's so cold that the stuff is the blades are getting frozen and they're not functional anymore. So that ain't nothing to be. They gonna have frostbite on their little legs out there wearing Bermuda shorts. Don't nobody care if they better put on some clothes and a hat and some gloves out here trying to be cute. But that's all I got. That's those are my notes on the news feed. I just put up a video on beauty. We're doing not on beauty today. Yesterday was beauty. The first day was affirmations. Today in Be Fabulous You February is character. So that video was live, but it's up. And that's it. And I'm gonna be talking about books in a second. Because we talked a little bit about books yesterday. So I'm gonna come right back and do another live on books. What you reading? You reading anything good or interesting? You got plans? I got a whole list. Oh, that's the other thing. I need to pull out my whole list. So that's what I got. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Stay encouraged. You are the number one stunner. You the number one. You. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Today is the best day ever. So be you. Be